Hello, Deltona. This is Jim Chisholm, the city manager of Deltona. And for a city of about 100,000, these are the maps that show us, where all the developments are within the community, as well as, some of the challenges, the lakes, the Teresa Basin, as well as some other lakes within the community that has a history of flooding. So we're going to work through the city on transportation issues, on drainage issues associated with our community, as well as a whole bunch of things that go on within the city. So periodically we'll give you snippets of the kind of activities that the staff's involved in with the city to kind of keep you up to date. And we'll also have programs that you can participate in as we go forward.
Deltona residents, please join us for the first Citizens Academy, behind the scenes look within our departments with what makes our city run. Please join us on June 8th through July 6th. The classes will run on Thursdays from 9 to 11. We will meet here at City Hall, or we do have a few that we're going to do site visits and take you on a field trip. So please consider joining us. Look at our webpage at deltonafl.gov or our Facebook page. You'll also get a chance to meet our city manager. Please join us.
Good morning. I'm Assistant Chief Dean DEBOSE here to talk about some SCBA washers that we recently purchased and are having installed. As you can see in the background here, we have our electrician here installing the electrical work for these washers. These washers are very, very important. They help to remove carcinogens and toxins that are come with when the firefighters go into hazardous areas. These packs become infested with smoke, dust, different things that can cause cancer later on in life for these firefighters. So with these packs, we'll be able to clean these carcinogens off of the packs so that our firefighters can get back to what they do, servicing the citizens of Deltona. These packs can accommodate up to 2 SCBA units in every 15 minutes. With that said, the capacity to clean 14 packs total, 56 masks, 21 helmets, and 60 pairs of boots, 120 pair of gloves. Now that may not sound like a lot, but that is very important when we're talking about getting these firefighters back into action so they can serve the citizens and get back to their families so they can be cancer-free in life. In addition, we will be adding these washers to all of our stations. Currently, they are at stations 61 and 65, but we have future plans of adding these washers to every station within the city so the firefighters at those stations won't have to travel to clean their packs.
What's up, Deltona? This is Sebastian over at West Crowd Park. Please come out and join us in our adult basketball league here. Registration deadline, April 7th. Put together a team, come out here and compete, all right? Registration deadline again is April 7th. Please come out and support. Also, parents, it's not too late to get your child involved in youth sports. Flag football registration deadline, April 21st, is for ages 6 to 14. Please sign up at deltonafl.gov. Again, those ages are 6 to 14. Coaches, all right, if you would like to volunteer to be a coach, please come out, sign up at West Crowd Park.
We're out here on North Normandy Boulevard with the project we have going on for our landscaping and medians. What we're going to do is we're taking out all the trees that we had recently planted during construction several years ago. And we're going to take out the trees. We're going to minimize the amount of trees we have. We're going to put in larger crepe myrtles and ligustrums to replace the weeping hollies we had, which are not very good for the Florida climate and the condition of the soil. The trees we're putting in are going to be able to grow better. We're also taking extra dirt out of these holes and even rubble that we're finding, and we're going to prep the soil so the nutrients and everything are in there that will help these trees grow. In the past, what had happened was the ground wasn't properly prepped, so the trees were stunned and they were not able to grow as properly over the years, and they just stayed really, just didn't really bloom and blossom like they should. And so our goal here is to make the aesthetics a lot better and a lot more pleasing, and we're also trying to match up what we have on other medians throughout the city with the ligustrums and crepe myrtles, so everything's uniform.
Good morning, I'm Joseph Walker, City of Deltona Stormwater Manager. Today I'd like to talk a little bit about what we're doing here in the Stormwater Division. This prior weekend we had a annual lake cleanup on Lake DuPont where volunteers came out to help us do some lake shore cleanup. The event was a very successful event. We had 23 volunteers come out to help us in this endeavor, and it went very well. We also here in Stormwater are preparing for our upcoming 2023 Atlantic hurricane season. We're making sure all of our 14 pump stations are pumping at capacity. All of our outfalls are being checked to make sure there's no obstructions that will cause any backup throughout the system. We also are making sure that any drainage structures or swells have no obstructions. We also are making sure that we have positive outfall from any bodies of water that lead out of the city of Deltona. Thank you.
Today we're going to show you about the new meters that we're installing, the Neptune T10 R9000. This is the meter that you have in your box now. It's a direct read meter where you have to physically go up, take the box lid off, and read the meter. Program it into a handheld device. We're going to be replacing these. This meter here is a Procoder R9000. It's got the same that you can direct read, but you can also install an antenna in the meter box and do a drive-by. So with this meter, I can read a whole subdivision in about 20 or 30 minutes, where that subdivision would take a meter reader about 3 to 4 hours to read the same amount of meters. If there's any problem with the read, then the billing department would send out a service order and we would go out and physically read the meter and determine what the problem is. This one can show us history, consumption. If you have a leak, all we have to do is go there with the reader and it will show us when the leak was and how much the leak was, how many gallons per minute went through the leak. So this is the latest new technology that we'll be going to.
This new meter will help us with our billing system, be able to inform the residents better on their water consumption. We're very excited to begin this program and get these 5/8 by 3/4 meters installed. It will make it better for customer service, our billing department, and more importantly, our customers. We have installed about 700 of the meters so far in new subdivisions where new homes are being built. The project is currently out to bid. Once we receive the bids, we'll be going before the commission to approve the contractor to install the meters. Once that's done, you'll see workers out in your area installing the meters, and once the contractor gets on board and the work begins, you will start seeing these contractors out in the fields, and we will be notifying the customers as we're going along and which areas we'll be in to install the meters.
Hey Deltona, Joe Ruiz, Planning Development Services here. Just giving you an update on the happenings within our department and within the city. So staff is currently reviewing many projects within the activity center area. We currently have the Halifax final plat that's in review for the Halifax MPUD, as well as the Halifax preliminary plat application. All these applications include over 100 acres worth of land, which are entitled for multifamily, assisted living facility, wellness center, and cottages for seniors. Staff is also in talks with Volusia County, Orange City, and the land to schedule a regional impacts, traffic impact study kickoff meeting to see that if we can get all the partners involved with the activity center and all the municipalities involved to kind of partner together to do a study to look at all the impacts that this interest within the activity center is creating, and to make sure that as a team we are collectively addressing long-term roadway impact issues, and we will see how that goes as far as developments occur. Also behind me here, you can see the development of the Deltona Village site. An update to you all is that Starbucks has picked up their permit, so that construction should start soon, and as well as the Integra apartments here that are underway. So as far as an update, that's where we are. We are currently reviewing many projects within the activity center and look to give you an update later on.
Stay tuned for the next vision of the city of Deltona.